Hello everyone and welcome back to another Storytime video. And today I am going to update a Storytime video that I told over 8 years ago, and that is how I make a Storytime video. The process over the past decade hasn't changed a ton, especially not compared to the first couple years. Since I made, or from 16 to 18, the first 2 years that I was making these, to 2018 to 2026, the last 8 years that I have been making these. So that's mainly the reason why I haven't retold the story, is because there's just not a lot of changes that I could go over. But there are a couple changes that I have made in the past couple of years. Now, those being, the first is that in the top left-hand corner, I have started putting which game the gameplay is from. Because sometimes I watch people talk about stuff with gameplay in the background, just like I do with Storytime videos. And sometimes I'm like, that game looks fun. I wonder what game that is. So then I started going, I'm like, well, somebody's probably done that with me over the past however many story times I've done. And so now I'm putting which game the gameplay is from. Which, by the way, this is from the original Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the one that came out in 2009. And so I record my background gameplay months in advance at times. It doesn't matter when I record these. This was actually recorded in late February, as a matter of fact. So this gameplay is old. It's old. But it doesn't matter. It can be old because it's not like this is part of a YouTube series or anything, or a series on this channel. So where it's just one video after another. And so I will record these like an hour or so of gameplay at a time of a particular game. I think I did only record like 40 minutes of gameplay with this session, but it doesn't matter. I don't usually go for a half an hour or longer. Last video, or last storytime video, was a very long story time compared to my standards. But anyway, so I'll basically take out or record for a solid straight hour of gameplay, like a half hour to an hour of gameplay, and I will basically, in my screen recorder, keep track of it, basically like, hey, well, this is going to be this day, and this is going to be the numbered story time this is, so that I keep track of it. I do have a list of when I play a particular game, well, when I upload a storytime video, the date and the gameplay that I recorded with it, because one other change that I've done, and this leads very well into it, is that if I record background gameplay for a video, I don't use that same game for another year. For another calendar, or not a calendar year, but for the next 365 days, I do not use the same game again. Because I'm trying to play more of the games in my library, and um, it's one way to encourage me to play other stuff in my library. Because I, like probably some of you watching out there, before this year had only completed like, I don't know, 28 to 30%, like about 30% of their Steam library. And now I've gotten it up to about 35 to 40%, but regardless, so I will not be playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 for the next 365 days. So, next year, this game will now be eligible for me to record background gameplay again and play and do all that. And then I have a list of ideas that I want to talk about. Whether I'm retelling a story that I've told before, or I'm telling a brand new story that I haven't told for this channel yet. I have a list of upcoming storytime videos that I want to make. Now, I have the list out past a calendar, or past a year. So I have it out like 17 months or something like that. I think I have it out to 2028, actually. I would have to look, but because before I started making that list, I would have an idea, and by the time I could like talk about it or whatever, I would forget. So I make note of it every time I have an idea. Okay, so I don't have until 2028, but I do have for the next 14 months. I do have for the next 14 months. But yeah. And then I will go through, of course, and look at my list and remind myself what I wanted to talk about that particular day for that particular storytime video. And I will narrate over the gameplay, just like I'm doing now. And then after I'm done with it, I will cut out, I will basically trim off the end of what I don't use for that background gameplay. And I won't reuse that gameplay partly because the year wait that I have for myself, but also it might not even, like, the remaining amount of gameplay that I have might not even be enough to narrate another storytime video. Plus, I play games all the time. I don't mind going through and recording gameplay of another game. That's no problem for me. That's no problem. And, of course, I'll save it to the computer then, and then whenever it's time to upload, I will upload the video, and then you guys can watch it. Now, there's times where I might record 2 or 3 storytime videos in a row. and just kind of bulk record those, because it doesn't matter if I bulk record them, because it's not like in a series where it's like, okay, well, if I record them in advance, I'm not gonna see your comments by the time I record a second one or whatever. I mean, yeah, I mean, if you comment on the background gameplay, I'm definitely gonna see it by the next time I even upload another Storytime video with COD MW2 as the background. And then, by that point, it might be a very different point in the game. I mean, next time I record Doom Eternal for background gameplay, I've recorded it enough to the point where I'm just going to record the Ancient Gods DLC. I don't know what part or I don't know which section of those I'm going to record, or even which part 1 or 2. But yeah, I basically have the idea to record which game or which game I'm going to record also in advance as well. Like right now, I know what I'm going to record for story time, all the way through story time 266, which is going to be January 15th of next year. I already know what I'm going to record at the moment. Now, that might change, because it changed, some of the stuff changed yesterday, as a matter of fact, but as of right now, I know what I'm going to record through Storytime 266. So that's how I make a Storytime video. And of course, I don't script any of them. I don't script any Storytime video, because I don't script out the Storytime videos that I make, they might seem a little disjointed and discombobulated at times. That's fine. I would rather kind of remember some details while I'm narrating a Storytime video, as opposed to it sounding robotic and sounding like I'm just making it up. In my opinion, because all of my stories, for the most part, I did have a Storytime video on April Fool's Day that wasn't true. So when I say for the most part, I'm talking about that one exception. Other than that, all of my stories have been true. So, because they're true, why would I need to script them? I lived through them. They're my experiences. It's like, it's my childhood, or my adulthood, or my teenage years, or whatever you want to say. It's like, they're my experiences. So why would I need to script out my experiences? It could make it a little more cohesive. I agree. But again, I don't want it to sound robotic, or not. I don't want to say not genuine, because that would imply that some of them wouldn't be true, or some details. But anyway, I don't script these, and all the background gameplay is mine, except for one time back in December 2016, I uploaded a video, a Storytime video, where the Hotline Miami 2 gameplay was not mine. Now, one of my friends gave me that gameplay to use after he asked me if I could use his gameplay, or asked me if I wanted to use some different gameplay that wasn't Minecraft. And so he definitely gave me permission to use that Hotline Miami 2 gameplay. So aside from that, every single video has been gameplay that I have recorded. So, yeah. That's how I make a Storytime video. So, and so yes, guys, I do believe that will do it for this Storytime video and Sonic Storytime video. I will see you later. Goodbye, guys! Thank you all for watching.